Hi everyone, it's maths time again. And what are we doing today? Well, before I start, I'll just show you what I've been doing. We're all just in the middle of playing a game. So you can see here, we're playing the spider's web. And I have my counters on the board, and I've got my dice, and we're going around the board, going from 1 all the way around the spider's web until we get to, yes, 55. That's kind of fun, isn't it? We've also got some cards. I'm sure you love playing lots of games too. When we use games like this, we often need to know about numbers. Today we'll be looking at cardinal numbers, and we'll be looking at more than and less than. If I roll my dice and my counter ends up on 22, and I need to go one more than 22, what would that be? That's right, it would be 23. That's one more than. Sometimes in games, we also get little penalties where they tell us to go back one. If I had to go back one from 22, what would that be? That's right, it would be 21. I'm going to get you to play a game now. You will need some dice, or you can get some cards so that we can make some 2-digit numbers. And you'll also need something like a coin where you can flip heads and tails. So we'll need to be able to know whether we need to take our number up or down. And we'll only be taking it up 1 and down 1. So I'll show you how to play it both ways. If I have my dice, I'm going to roll 1 first. That will be my tens digit number. And the second dice, that will be my units number. So then I'll get my pen. You might have a texter or pencil, and you're going to write that number. So it was, I hope I got it on the right, 23. So I write the number 23. Now you'll need something to be able to help you know whether to go up or down. You might have a dice that's covered with up or down symbols, plus or minuses symbols. It's up to you. But I've got a coin here. I'm going to flip. If it says heads, I'm going to make the number go up by 1. If it says tails, what do you think I'm going to do? That's right, I'm going to make it go down by 1. All right, let's see. So my number is 23, and I'm going to flip it, and it is tails. All right, so that means that I have to go up? No, that's right, I have to go down by 1. So if we're going down, that means that we need to go backwards. Is that adding or subtracting? Is that making more or making less? Yes, it's making less. It's less. So you're subtracting. You're subtracting, and we're only doing 1 today. Subtracting 1. So when you've done that, can you tell me what the answer to that one is? How much would we have? That's right, 22. Exactly. And cardinal numbers show us amounts. So let's have another go, but this time, instead of using our dice, we're going to use a pack of cards. I've got some note cards here. And so I'm going to flip over, and the first one is going to give me the 10. So you remember our place value from last time. That's our tens number. Oh, it's another 3. And then we're going to have our ones. Look at that. What number do we have? That's right, we have 31. So I would get my number 31. I would look over here and I would write the number 31. Now, do we know what we're going to do with it yet? No, we don't. So let's get our coin and we're going to flip our coin. Heads are up, tails are down. All right. Oh, we've got tails again. What does that mean? That we go down one, we subtract one, less one. So we are going to make one less than 31. I wonder what that would be. Can you think? If you don't know in your head, you might look at the hundreds chart and go back from there. Did you get it? Yes, it's 30. Fantastic. Shall I have another look? I wonder what's your favourite. Do you like using the dice or do you like using cards? I might have another go at cards. Or that one, we don't know what that one. That's the only problem with some cards. They don't actually have numbers. They have things like jacks or +2 or wilds. We don't really want wild cards. We want numbers. We don't want wild. We want a number. All right, so that's our first number and that's our tens number. What's going to be my second one? Oh, what is that number? I'll put this one up the right way. Doesn't totally matter, but there we go. 47. Fantastic. Now, we haven't had an up one, so let's just say we flipped and we had a heads this time. What are we going to do to our number 47? That's right, we are going to make one more. And how do we write one more? We write plus 1. Fantastic. I wonder what that's going to be. This is a big number, isn't it? I wonder whereabouts this number comes on the hundreds chart. It's almost in the middle, isn't it? Almost in the middle of the hundreds chart. It's almost halfway. And if we add one more, it's going to be, do you think? What's one more than 7? That's right, it's 8. So if you said 48, that would be one more. Fantastic. 48. Well, I've already got 3 there. I wonder if you can get a whole page of doing a game together. Now, you might do this game with your friend or you might do it on your own. It depends what you like to do, but you will need some dice or you'll need some cards that you can make 2-digit numbers. And you will need something, whether it's a coin, you should have some coins in your room, some plastic ones, and you'll flip them to see whether you need to go up one more using a heads, or if it turns the other way and it's tails, you would do 1 less than. That would be -1. Then you can write them down in a number sentence, remembering that this is your tens column and this is your ones column or units. Did anyone notice what happened to our original number? When we do maths, we always need to have a look, notice if anything is happening. Like you've been noticing patterns, we need to notice what happens to our original number. So you can see here our 47 changed. Did the 4 change? No, it didn't change. Did the 7 change? Yes, it did. And how did the 7 change? It changed by 1 up. And what about this number, our first number, 31? Do you notice anything there? Yes, the 3 didn't change, but the units column, the tens column stayed the same, but the ones and units column changed, didn't it? I wonder though, does that work every time? let me have another go. Our last one before you get to have your turn. And remember, when you've done your equations, you can always write down things that you notice. It is really good idea to write down or tell somebody about the things that you notice that are happening, because in maths we are always looking for patterns. So let me have another go. I'm going to use the cards again. So for my first one, I've got, oh, it's upside down, but we know it's a 7. What's our next number going to be? Next number is going to be a 9. So my 10s on the left-hand side, I'm going to write, that's right, I'm going to write 7. What am I going to write in the units? That's right, I'm going to write a 9. Now, I'm going to flip my coin, and what did I end up with? A heads. So that means that I need to, that's right, add one more. Need to add one more than 79. So what number comes after 79? Maybe you've got your hundreds chart out and you can see what happens after that. You think maybe it's 80. All right. You've looked at your hundreds chart and you've counted 79, 80. Well, that's very good. Let's have a look what changed. And we have a look at our tens number, 7 in our original number. Did it change? Oh, yes, it did. So the 7 became an 8. And what about our units number? Our ones. It was 9 and it became a 0. So sometimes both of them change. That's very good noticing. All right, well, I hope you have lots of fun. I think you should be able to do at least 5 each. If you can fill up your whole page, that would be very amazing. And maybe you can use some of your time afterwards to maybe have a game like we have before with some cards where you can do some place value competitions and see who gets the biggest number. Or you might find some things in your room that you can practice some patterns with and noticing again. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time today and I hope you have lots of fun playing the game. Until next time.